A reading from the book of the prophet Daniel. King Nebuchadnezzar said, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you will not serve my God, or worship the golden statue that I set up? Be ready now to fall down and worship the statue I had made, whenever you hear the sound of the trumpet, flute, lyre, harp, psaltery, bagpipe, and all the other musical instruments. Otherwise you shall be instantly cast into the white-hot furnace. And who is the God who can deliver you out of my hands?" Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered King Nebuchadnezzar, "There is no need for us to defend ourselves before you in this matter. If our God whom we serve can save us from the white-hot furnace and from your hands, O king, may he save us. But even if he will not, know, O king, that we will not serve your God or worship the golden statue that you set up." King Nebuchadnezzar's face became livid with utter rage against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. He ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times more than usual, and had some of the strongest men in his army bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the white-hot furnace. Nebuchadnezzar rose in haste and asked his nobles, "Did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire?" "Assuredly, O king," they answered. But he replied, "I see 4 men, unfettered and unhurt, walking in the fire, and the 4th looks like a son of God." Nebuchadnezzar exclaimed, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his angel to deliver the servants who trusted in him. They disobeyed the royal command and yielded their bodies rather than serve or worship any god except their own God." The word of the Lord. Thanks be to God. I read to you from today's first reading for the Mass of the day. And it's really a wonderful reading for us to reflect on. It's the story of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. 3 wonderful names. If you're looking for names for your children in the future, I recommend those names, especially if you have triplets, right? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. But this is the story where these 3 who are friends with Daniel, fellow Jews with Daniel, as they're all in exile, that they choose to be faithful to God rather than the laws of the king. The king has a law that everyone is to worship this idol and this false god. And Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, these Jews in exile, they refuse to give in to that. And because of that, the king is just filled with fury, and he throws them into this white-hot furnace, just blazing hot. And a number of the parts from today's first reading are actually cut out for the reading. It's quite a bit longer than what we just heard. But what happens is when they're in this furnace, we hear that they are not burnt by the flames at all. And on top of that, and this is one of the parts that's cut out, the Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego start praising God because they're in this furnace without being burned, right? So we probably would do the same, right? If you're inside of this fiery, white-hot furnace, you're able to look around and not even be burned by the flames. I mean, it would be just this beautiful experience. I mean, just visually beautiful, being in the flames without being burned, but also just in a powerful way to witness the strength of God. The strength of God to his faithful servants. And so they sing this song of praise. And the psalm for today's Mass is actually part of that song that they sing, where they praise God and all of his creation. And it's this great reminder, that you and I should be mindful of the ways that God has blessed us. Because we saw in the furnace, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego were accompanied by a 4th, an angel of God, who appears like a son of God, we hear. And so it's an image also for Jesus, and the accompaniment that Jesus offers us. If we look at the times that we've been through challenges, the fiery furnaces that we've been through, and how we've made it through that, I think we could just sit and praise God. Blessed be you, God, for for getting me through this. Praise be your name for this. And we just want to sit and praise God for his goodness in us and in all of creation. And that's what we see in this passage from Daniel. And also today, I invite you to see God's presence with you, to recognize that the Lord is with you. When you experience a white-hot furnace at some point in your day, when you experience struggle, difficulty, some sort of challenge today, recognize that you are not alone, but the Son of God is with you to carry you through. And you can praise God even in that hot furnace. You can praise God even in those struggles because he is with you.